The drilling sequence for an easy implant with snap-in insertion post, diameter 3.8 mm and length 13 mm. The round burr diameter 3.5 mm is used for punch marking the cortical bone, which simplifies the use of the drills to follow. In the process, the spherical tip of the round burr is lowered to the equator. The pilot drill diameter 2.8 mm determines the depth and axis of the implant site. The depth marks on the drill correspond to the implant lengths 7.3, 9, 11, and 13 mm. The maximum drilling depth is 13 mm. Once drilling is complete, the depth of the implant bed is checked using the direction and depth indicator with depth marks. The exterior packaging is opened with the perforated packaging tab. The 4 self-adhesive patient labels included with the blister are intended for documentation purposes, for example, implant pass, letter of referral, and patient records. At the 2 sharp angle corners, the blister is fitted with tabs which allow easy separation of the Tyvek foil from the blister. The implantologist removes the drill holder with 2 fingers at the tip of the iSy shaft. The angled handpiece can be used to remove the single patient form drill supplied with the implant from the holder directly. The single patient form drill is used to widen the implant bed to the planned diameter. The depth marks on the drill correspond to the implant lengths 7.3, 9, 11, and 13 mm. Once drilling is complete, the axis of the implant bed is checked using the direction and depth indicator with depth marks. Use of a tap is recommended for bone quality categories 1 and 2. The maximum speed must not exceed 15 RPM when performing power-assisted tapping. The open blister is passed to the implantologist. The implantologist also removes the implant holder with 2 fingers at the designated position. The implant holder can be used in the sterile zone. The front part of the implant holder is held, and then the insertion post is picked up with the machine insertion tool or angled handpiece. The implant is inserted into the coronal section of the implant bed using the insertion tool. Then it can be turned manually with the torque wrench or with the angled handpiece clockwise into the final position. When reaching the planned insertion depth, one surface of the hexagon should face in a vestibular direction. The snap and insertion post can be pulled directly from the implant with the insertion tool. By closing the implant holder, the implant cover screw can be released. The screw is freely accessible after this procedure. Using a screwdriver hex, the implant cover screw can be picked up directly from the implant holder by pinning it on. The implant cover screw must only be tightened manually controlled using the hex screwdriver.